All right, so it is currently 7:14 a.m. here in Los Angeles, California. 7:16, I guess. Just want to read y'all a little bit of what's going on. This book is called Dragon Magic. Call on the clans to help you practice. Help your practice soar by DJ Conway. I picked this up, I want to say last month, after it was either Brother Panic or Bobby Hemmett recommended it. I just want to read y'all a little bit of it, about 2 pages, because my page isn't going to be anything specific, but I just wanted to give y'all a taste of what I'll be reading. So she says, when I finished my second dragon book, I could not imagine there'd be anything further to learn or say about dragons. How wrong was I? I had only exposed the tip of the iceberg. The more humans on this plane who opened themselves to the reality of dragons, the more dragons of other timelines and levels became aware of us. It turned out to be a fortuitous situation, especially for the endangered dragons of other multiversal levels. They were facing both a pandemic and a physical genocide by other creatures. I had to write down synchronicity. By May 2010, at least 18, 1 + 8 is 9, new clans had escaped to Earth, and since then, there have been others. Now, suddenly, we needed to study all the old and new dragon clans, so we can all coexist in peace and harmony. That sounds to me like they talking about our ancestors, old gods, new gods, us on this earthly plane now. This is 2010 she's talking about, and if memory serves right, I believe that's when the supernova Betelgeuse had exploded and all that phage lambda energy had spread down here, and like Brother Panic was talking about, a lot of our ancestors were able to get that energy and I don't want to use the word escape, but make it to the Dawat. So let's continue. Many people are fascinated by dragons. The wonderful thing is, everyone who believes in dragons can attract and make friends with these beautiful, powerful, intelligent creatures. Let me just stop right there for a second. Now, I'm already deep into the book. This is about my second or third time reading, but on my second time this morning reading it, I'm like, dragon has to be synonymous with black. It seems as though anytime, look, I even wrote it down here, dragons must somehow be synonymous with early black gods or original men. It only makes sense that we, being higher realm deities, would shapeshift. All right, so I kept it to the shapeshifting, but look how she describes the dragon. And they're talking about, all right, so after the pandemic and physical genocide by other creatures, now suddenly we, Caucasoid, needed to study all the old and new dragon clans. And why is she using the word clans instead of families? They don't use the word clans or tribes. So we can all coexist. That's that whole love thing for everybody now, in peace and harmony. I'm not trying to sound like a hater. I'm just trying to read in between the line and use my discernment and my pineal gland, you dig? So, you know what I mean? So she describes, I'm going to say us. She's talking about dragons. Friends with these beautiful, powerful, intelligent creatures, which they love to call us. Everyone can attract a guardian dragon, one of the smaller, younger members of the species, which would be us. Guardians The tiny hatchlings and the slightly older younglings will usually be the first dragons you meet and work with, learning to relate to humans. And working with human magicians is part of these young dragons' training. Like, what are we doing down here? Apprenticeship in any trade or study must begin somewhere. Come on, it sounds like some young God shit. So how appropriate to match beginning magicians with guardian dragons under the tutelage of older co-magicians. They call dragons co-magicians. All right, so this chapter is called Dragon Lies, Facts, and Fallacies, but it's really about the return of first clans that came back. The first clans returned to Earth with the humanoids who settled Atlantis and raised the civilization level of the humans here. As I wrote in Mystical Dragon Magic 2012. Now you gotta look at the time. You gotta look at the language. And we all know Thoth returned and settled Atlantis. So she says the first dragon clans returned to Earth with the humanoids who settled Atlantis. Let's continue. Those clans decided to stay after the fall of Atlantis, but eventually had to withdraw to Dragon World in the other world when humans turned violently against them. Dragons think of time in terms of hundreds and thousands of years. Now, we all know we used to live much longer than we do now. But the demigods did something to us, which I'm not going to allude to right now, that cut our lifespan short. While our idea, I love when she says us are humanoids, because I feel like she's referring to the Caucasoid. While our idea of time concept runs to the hundreds, this is because dragons live so much longer than the normal human does. Puberty for dragons start at about 175 to 200 years. How and what they are taught, I've yet to get a clear answer. Likely, they are taught their clan's history, along with specific knowledge about whatever area they desire in and in which they have an ability. Okay, we're going to skip over here to the next page so I don't bore y'all. There are no multi-headed dragons. Those are called hydras, a very different magical creature. Some think the legendary Tiamat is multi-headed, but legends don't say she is. Whatever. She moves her head so fast at times, she almost looks as if she has more than one head, which could be true, which alludes to the pineal gland again, which Bobby taught us that whenever people refer to these ancient creatures, these titans, that refers to us. See, I wrote, is this true, the first time I read it, because I wasn't studying enough. I had just started. And this is only last month. I'm about 40 days in, no drinking, smoking, no weed, no drugs, no women. And today in the pineal gland, The Eye of the Gods by Manly P. Hall, I read. It's a short book. That when the pineal gland raises up, it vibrates so fast that it looks like the head of a cobra snake, which we all know the Egyptians placed at the top of their crown. Why did they do that? And it no longer obstructs the fourth ventricle in the brain, so that the essence of the spirit, I wish I had the book right here, but it's in my car because I was done with that. I wanted to let it soak up some sunlight. Well, some moonlight at the time. It was about 2 a.m. I don't want to change the subject. Long story short, that when the pineal gland will raise up, it would no longer be an obstruction. It would have the form, it would shake back and forth, vibrate like a cobra's head and tongue. And then it would allow the essence to flow into the brain. What is that essence? Whatever comes up from the spine. What is that? When you hold in your essence from your lower chakras, it raises up the spinal cord to your brain. What is that? Once in the brain, DMT, baby. Some will use it as a hallucinogenic. We will use it as a doorway. Let's see what I wrote here. All ancient creatures are manifestations of the Titan energy, which is us. She just told on herself. That's all y'all get today. Have a blessed one.